Activism and Social Development, showcasing the power of young people in driving positive force. And in the studio this morning, I have young men who are actually youths. And of course, what they are doing in Anambra State to see that youths are, fixed properly where they belong for proper development of the state. I have Comrade Ken Okoli, President General, Asatu Youth. You're welcome to the studio, Ken.
Thank you.
We also have Comrade Barrister Tochukwu Agilega, Youth Leader from Umawolo, Asatu Youth Mayor, Oka South. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
It seems you run into the studio this morning, the way you're sweating. Nice to have you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, now let me begin with you, Comrade Ken Okoli. You are a young man, and I've seen so many things. For the past 2 years, you are with this government. What you guys are doing with our young ones. Tell us, how does it feel, to see that these young ones are gainfully engaged or positively engaged to bring about development in Anambra State?
Well, to start with, yes, we are with this government. Just 17th March, the government under Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo marked 2 years in office, and it was tagged 100 footprints of the solution agenda. A lot of things have been done to improve the lifestyle of the young people, the well-being of the young people. A lot, starting with the empowerment program from the 1 Youth 2 Skills through the Ministry of Youth Development, which is championed by my predecessor, Honorable Patrick Anambra, the current Commissioner for Youth Development. It's a wonderful initiative. In fact, let me even tell you that even the federal government has taken that as a prototype to run its own youth empowerment program. 1 Youth 2 Skill is still ongoing, and it's a wonderful one, giving young people the opportunity to fulfill, to achieve their potentials. Apart from that, we also have the SID, Solution Innovation District, through the Special Advisor to the Governor on Business Innovation. And that is also a very wonderful program that is going on. A lot of young people have been trained in that area, because today's world, you cannot do better if you don't have tech skills. You need to have skills that will enable you to operate very well in the age we live in, which is driven by technology. And that SID is doing it very well, Then apart from that, you have even the Ministry of, we have agency that is in charge of fishery, also getting young people to get trained and all that. That is from the angle of the government, angle of the state government. Then apart from that, our association, that is Asatu Youth, we have redefined the scope of our operation by making young people to understand that leadership is not by occupying position of authority. It's an activity in which everyone is involved. So we are not the only people that are members of Asatu Youth. Every young person who is living here in Anambra, irrespective of where you come from, you're a member of Asatu Youth. Then every young person that is from Anambra origin, no matter where you live in, you are part of Asatu Youth. It therefore means that truly, leadership is when you participate, you are a leader. It is not when you occupy a position of authority that is your leader. So that is redefining the old concept of leadership by saying you are involved. So as we go on to get our people to know this, we're also mobilizing them to stand in for positive change in our state, because we will not fail the next generation coming after us.
All right, now, Barrister Tochukwu Agilega, you are the youth leader from Omawolo, Asatu leader, Mayor Oka. Now, I would want you to give us an assessment of what actually is going on in Anambra State with the present administration focusing on the youth. What's your assessment of the whole thing?
Okay. Thank you very much. The President has said a good number of things the government is doing for the youth, and then there is an aspect he failed to point out, which I've observed. The government of Anambra State is, to put it in some way, is a youth-friendly administration. Yes, because I've assessed the number of young people in the cabinets of Mr. Governor, and they are quite encouraging. And then it's an indication that if you have something to offer the state, the government is open to accommodating your ideas and your services. So I think that is the key approach of the government to the youth leadership in Anambra State, and it's a good one. All around, many young people are keen into what the government is doing.
I was about to ask you that, yes, because it seems you're just talking about the government. How are the youths, taking the whole thing?
Yes, many young people are taking advantage of the friendly administration in Anambra State, youth-friendly administration. Like you pointed out, the One Youth Skills has a good number of young people benefiting. And then there is also an area I observed in the real estate industry. You have people like Arnold and Associates and young guys like them who are also doing well. And the government is partnering with them very well. So this is an indication of a progressive, young, youth-friendly administration in the state, and it's impacting on the life of Anambra State and the economy too.
All right, now, Comrade Ken, when you talk about our youths of today, there was a time, some communities were flogging their young ones of, to see whether they can bring them out from taking all these illicit drugs, and all whatnot. And somehow it seems the thing eased off somehow. We stopped hearing about it for some time. But today, in the papers, we saw a story again where they've degenerated, not just taking these substances, but I had something like physics, and I was like, somebody said they need to be taken to psychiatric hospital, somebody that, uses physics to see whether the person is still okay. Now, in your organization as a youth leader, what actually have you people done for the youths of Anambra State over these years you've been there, to ensure that they key into the dreams and aspirations of the current administration that would take them away from negative tendencies?
First and foremost, we have what we call Articles of Faith in Anambra project. Okay. Our Articles of Faith is guided by the book we have, which is titled I Believe in Anambra. It has a set of values that we call community shared values. There are 12. One, we are going to be back on orientation for our people in various communities, which is very important. Tell them, share these values to them. In fact, we are even going to, in every community, we are going to find a place that is going to be ideal for us to stamp these 12 core values. Because currently we are asking youth leaders to get us the slogan of their community. That we should know the slogan of every community. Every community. For example, I'm from Nanga. My own community slogan is home of elite. Home of elite. You know, so, and so many other communities they have, but some do not have. But we also ask them to, youth leaders, discuss with your PG, discuss with your Igwe, let them come up with a slogan. So that slogan is just a soft phrase that is being used to project that community. This is what community will stand for. For example, Nnewi is Japan of Africa. Okay. You can see such. Now, that is the starting point. Tell them these values. Get to schools, share these values. Then we'll have, in every society, we'll have people who want to go to the other side, deviate from the norm. There is no place you can say such thing. But then, like you said, it used to be where young people are caught smoking substance and they were flogged. Of course, the town union have been informed, have been directed to ensure that such thing is not the ideal practice. Even where you see some places they commit jungle justice, we will speak against it. That is, jungle justice is wrong. It's against the law. You don't have right to take a man's life. If anybody commits anything, take that person to the police station. Let the right thing be done there, not take the law into your hands. It's not good. We talk about this, speak against it. Then those who behave abnormally, like you say, taking feces and substance and all that, we keep on telling our young people that if you want a brighter future for yourself, the destiny, the choice is in your hand. There are certain things you must avoid. You must avoid. And which is joining peer group that most of the times influence young people to the negative side. Pay attention to your studies. Pay attention to how you add value to your family. Listen to your parents, because no parent will want to have children that will be behaving, will have bad character. No. In fact, you're telling them that 3 basic things that a young person should always pay attention to. 3 basic things. 1, think of how to develop your mind. And how to develop your mind is by reading. Read, study, you develop your mind. 2, acquire skills. Skill is the only sure bet for you to create wealth, for you to be valuable. It is only sure bet for you. Skill. Develop your skill. Have 1 or 2, 3, 4 skills that will make you, whatever you want to be in life is your skill that will determine that, not luck. Then thirdly is character. Character. If you have skill, you have knowledge, and you lack character, people will run away from you. People will not find confidence in dealing with you. And you don't live alone. You don't live alone. So young persons should always make sure that these 3 things, they will pursue them and get them. Build knowledge, develop skill, and build your character. If you do this, wow, like I said, the destiny will only be bright, but it's your choice. And you can achieve whatever you set out to achieve for yourself.
All right. Now, over time, I've seen some of the projects that are done by the state government. For instance, the One Youth Two Skills project. Now, I don't know. Sometimes it's as if not everybody, partake in such projects done by government. Some may maybe have connections to be there, Some may maybe say, I know this person, what is obtainable in government in Nigeria. Now, as a youth leader, how do you people ensure that most youths, because I know everybody must not participate, some may not like, how do you ensure that most youths, are carried along in the scheme of things as regards what the current administration is doing to get these youths gainfully employed?
Okay. The Ministry of Youth in Anambra State, which anchors this program, is very, very intentional about getting everybody involved.
Okay.
Yes. As a youth leader, I participated in mobilization for the last One Youth Two Skills. And I can assure you that most persons who intended to participate and who actually got the forms filled were mobilized. Now, the ministry brought the forms down to all the communities through the ASATU. Both the EGs, the President Generals and the youth leaders and women leaders. That was the avenue they used. And then collected it back to the ministry. But of course it's a limited offer. So there must be criteria for selecting beneficiaries. When you go through the forms, you see that some of the applicants weren't actually answering questions that would make the selectors see their intention. So, of course, automatically the person will be dropped.
Okay.
In some, there was transparency. So those who got in are those who were able to show that they are actually in need of this case. Some persons thought it was just normal political thing. You come and fill form and you submit, and then some write what is not even, they did not even read the instructions. They wrote what they wanted. They felt to make the government give them big money. So these things were when you read it, you know that this person is not actually asking
not serious.
Any skill. So, but the persons who showed interest, who went through the instructions in the form and filled the forms, were picked, and they were mobilized. They were trained. Of course, it's not a political project. It's not a political project. So it was not for those who have connections.
Okay.
It did not even go through the connection people.
Okay.
It was down to the grassroots through the community leaders. So I think by my own assessment, it was transparent. Yes.
All right.
And another, the ongoing one now, some persons still think it is a joke. There is the next batch that is coming up, and the forms are there. It had been collected already, and then going through screening.
Oh, all right. I think, Ken, you need to come in now. Let us know the next opportunity is trying to talk about, how the youths are getting involved in these things to see that everybody that needed to be there is there and gained what government, the passion and drive of this present administration to properly equip these young ones is achieved.
The One Youth Skills when it started, because we've just had the pilot phase, 5,000 youths participated. We are giving seed capital to start, 2 billion. One of the major reasons why a lot of people felt that they did not participate, they didn't get the first opportunity, is that some of them did not believe that it would work.
They thought it's
just thought that it was just normal political statement, do this and now that at the end of the day. Now this time around, because last time about 20,000 applied. This time around, about 120,000 applied.
Okay.
So, but it will be more than 5,000 persons this time around to be mobilized for the training. And whoever gets the opportunity, because likely this month the program will start. Whoever gets the opportunity should utilize it. And it is Another thing about that program, it is not only for indigenes of Anambra. It's not. It is for the young people who live here in Anambra. So if you're from Akwa Ibom, if you're from Cross River State, if you're from Kaduna, Sokoto, but you live here, once you pass through the process, submit the form and all that, and you get an opportunity to be selected, fine, you participate. There's something the governor is trying to do. This state of origin is not bringing the best from the young people. Seriously, it's not getting the best from us. Why should where we live be to our own disadvantage? Does it get the best from the young people? No, it does not. State of origin should, although it's a constitutional matter somehow, but the program through the policy of the state government should be able to, not just Anambra State, all the state government should be able to start bringing up programs that will make less of state of origin to the young people, especially when opportunities being brought to the young people, so that where they live, whatever opportunity that is coming from that land, they should be part of it. We are expected that they should be civil and play their civic duty properly to the development of the environment where they live in. Now, what happens when opportunity is being given to the young people? You now tell them that they don't belong here. Garbage in, garbage out. That's what we get. And the young people is all about what you put in them is what you get. So I commend the state government for taking this initiative and making sure that it is not just restricted to the only people who are from here, but any young person who is resident here is an opportunity for you. And that's a very big plus to the government.
Oh, all right. Now, one thing is, getting these youths to acquire these skills. Then at the end of the day, they are settled and expected to go into productivity. Now, I don't know, how do they ensure that those people settled actually went into meaningful ventures that will, be tantamount to the dreams and aspirations of the government that instituted those projects? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Let me tell you about this.
Do they supervise them to see?
I am one of the mentors. I am one of the mentors for those that have been empowered with seed money, 5,000 youth. So I'm one of the persons selected by the Ministry of Youth Development that will mentor these young people. So I am telling you authoritatively that there is, in the one you two skill, the last part of it is mentoring. Mentoring is very important. And in the course of mentoring, because there have been moved into cooperatives. Now we are going to reach out to them.
So there's a follow-up.
We are going to reach out to them to ask them how far. This money was given to you so date. What have you been doing? Tell us how you've been faring. Tell us how you have been working through to make sure that you succeed. And a report will be brought as well. And that report is very important. That mentorship is going to last for 1 year.
Really?
Yes, it's going to last for 1 year. So it's just like when you plant a seed, you need to nurture that seed so that that seed will grow, germinate, and bear fruit. And what is the fruit? That person that is giving money to do trading, giving money to start up, if you employ one person, you are not bearing fruit.
Okay, I'm glad there's a follow-up so that you don't just give somebody, some people just carry the thing and go to bed. All right, if you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Anambra on ABS Television. At this point, you're going to take a very short break to feel the pulse of the masses on the streets of Awka. We'll be right back.
characteristic of the past president of the United States of America in the person of President Barack Obama, the former president of the United States. You see that uh, it's a young, it was a young African who was actively involved in the political sector in the country he resided, and you see that that brought about uh, excellence in his leadership. His leadership is remarkable. So in Nigeria, we need to allow young people to be involved and given opportunity to ensure what they have, because young people have a lot of knowledge, capacity, and strength. But if they are not given the opportunity to bring out what they have, then we keep recycling the old system.
Is that youth activism is the way whereby the youths showcase themselves, showcase the opinion, showcase their ideal to the public. That's it. And social movement is a movement of the youths to portray their opinion to the public. Can lead to positive change actually, because the youths are the engine house of any organization. Any organization whereby the youths, any organization that doesn't incorporate the youths, that organization will definitely collapse. So social activism whereby the youths are involved will help to bring positive change in any society.
The youth are the most active sector in every economy, and they need to be harnessed and brought together by the government. I don't think the government is doing enough, even though I've been hearing the governor focusing on youth-centered activity, but I think there should be more. The youth are everywhere. All these crimes are being perpetuated by the youth, this kidnapping and so on. Everybody knows that this is as a result of the unemployment level. So the youth need to be engaged socially and whatever, programs need to be rolled out, skill acquisition centers, right from the grassroots, the community. So I think we need to start doing, because I can still see many youth in the grassroots, they are doing nothing.
All right, you're welcome back to the studios of Good Morning Anambra. We're looking at youth activism and social development, showcasing the power of young people in driving positive force. Now, I don't know, Comrade Tochukwu, you've had the people, you watch them speak concerning the issue at hand. What's your take on some of the things they've just said?
In Nigeria, we have this mindset of shifting blames, and it makes us not to actually get the best out of ourselves. When we're talking about the youth activism and social development, it's not one-way traffic. It's not one-way traffic. I am not also someone who will always want to defend government and their actions. We have been analyzing what the government is doing. But then, what are we doing as individuals? What are we doing as individuals? What is the plan? What plan do you have as a young person? Now, it is when you have your plans that you're able to tap into opportunities. If you grew up to become wayward, you always be in a place where you get the wrong information, because the first thing that contribute to the development of a person is the information the person has. Now, I have a problem with our generation of youth. I have a problem with us. The issue I have is that we are easily carried away. We are carried away, and we are not becoming productive. We are not preparing ourselves to face the society that is ever moving. So that is the basic challenge. Now, for me, I think the first thing the government has done, or yes, I know Nigeria is not a perfect environment for youth development. I can assure you of that. But then there are some places you see government making efforts to get the basic things for the youth, at least so that when you come up, you have a place, a platform where you start from. Basic education, universal basic education is there. It's commonized. Universal basic education is a very important aspect of youth development. And then for you to stand out and even take the proper activism in any field you want to venture into, you have to get this basic knowledge. Now, when you go to primary schools, secondary schools, you see that some persons take these things for granted. And then where do you start from? Where do you go from there? Even if you are given opportunity to get a skill, you get there and you see that you are losing a basic foundation for yourself. And it affects your psyche. Probably you are not very lettered. Of course, as a secondary school graduate, you should be able to read, write, and express yourself properly. Now, if you wrote WAEC, for example, and then you are not very good in reading, first of all, you have inferiority complex. You might have these things you want to do. You have dreams. You have, of course, everybody that is born and has an environment will want to do something from that environment. But then, how prepared are you? So if you're not prepared, you see the person tilting towards the negative side of activism. Okay. But if you have taken the basic foundation, the basic things you should do for yourself, you see that when opportunity calls, you'll be able to identify the opportunity, you're able to stand on it, and then you move, you challenge the abnormal things around you in a positive way, and you make impact. Okay. That is
all right, Chen, I don't know if you want to react to some of the things said before we talk about the challenges you guys face in the field.
Youth activism and social development. Youth activism is purely about participation by the young people themselves. That's activism, youth activism. If not, it will just be activism. But youth activism, the young people participating in driving the change they want. While social development, you talk about investing in people, it's about the people. Now, this administration came in with the 5 key pillars of the blueprint of the governor, Soludo. With that phrase, solution is here. What is our own interpretation of that slogan, solution is here, as young people? The interpretation of it as young people is that I believe in Anambra. Anambra is ours, Anambra we serve. We will not only demonstrate that we are solution providers, but we will demonstrate that this Anambra, we are stakeholders. Therefore, it is our duty, our responsibility to ensure that as much as possible, young people participate in making the environment work for them. Anambra has 179 communities, and in each community you have young people there. What are they doing to make the environment a better place, a safe place? Is key. Therefore, our own activism, our own participation is about bringing change in Anambra. But it doesn't stop there. You know, any good thing can be copied. Just like I told you that one use skill, the federal government has adopted it. Now, we are also looking at By the time we go round to the 179 communities, take their slogans of the communities, let the people know the slogan of their communities. So when you call someone and ask you, where are you from? He said, I am from Navy. You say, what's the slogan of your Navy? He said, Africa,
Japan of
Africa. You call someone and you say he's from Nanka. You now ask the person, what's the slogan of Nanka? He will tell you it's home of elite. Now, by the time we do this, conscientize our people about this, and let them know that the change they want begins with them. And if it begins with you, that expectation, you must have an action that will match it so that you will get what you are desiring for. Yes, we understand that in every society, we have key components. You have the government, you have the business, you have the educational institution, you have the community institution, you have the religious institution, you have the family institution, you have the citizenship institution. Yes, we know that. But citizens are the key. They are the key because in all other six components, citizens are the one driving them. So, in our own activism, it is our duty to make sure that Anambra turns to a livable and prosperous homeland. And it cannot come into place if we do not believe in our land, if we do not believe in ourselves, and leave it out to see that here will not just be a departure place, but a choice destination where you and I will not be running away to say to be Japa out of this country. But here will be a place where we wish to live, work, enjoy, relax, and have a place where we can even tell our young people that, wow, we made it. And they will be happy to say, thank God their parents made it. So that's why I said, we will not fail our younger generation. That is our own activism. Participating in the governance of Anambra. We believe in Anambra. Anambra is ours. Anambra we serve.
All right. Now, as youth leaders, you are in the field, to guide these youths and to let them know what is actually on board so that they can key in. What are some of the challenges you face in the field, working with young ones, especially in this contemporary society? We know what actually is going on in our world of today.
Okay. It's actually a nice experience. And then sometimes I smile. I look at young people, I laugh because I've seen at least my mates, some of my mates, how we grew up, and then I knew how some persons took some things, and then today I still look back, I say, okay, thank God. Now, there's something that happened, let me use this example.
Okay.
In December, I think it was December or so, one youth skill, the pilot scheme started February last year. In December, yes, I was somewhere in our village, there was this gathering, and then I was carrying the form from the ministry, looking for young people that would get to fill the forms. I called some young guys. It was in one big man's house. The man is a philanthropist. He called people to do Christmas for them, and I was there. I just saw a group of about 15 young boys of around 17, 18, 19 years. I called them. I started telling them about one YouTube skills and why they need to get involved. And then one of them came close to me and asked me, whispered to me, is this how this man made all this money that he's sharing? Did he make it through these kind of things I'm trying to let them do? I smiled and told him that, well, you have to start from somewhere. He seemed to have accepted what I said, and then they agreed. I said, okay, I should get the forms. I went to pick form. By the time I came back, I didn't see any of them again.
Oh, Jim.
I didn't see them. I asked. They said they've all walked out from the
and they were waiting for you to go and get the forms.
I know these are young people with their tendencies. It's not. I didn't feel bad, but I just I just got to understand that we have an orientation problem. With that, what the guy told me, and then with this issue of quick money everywhere, that was just what got to my mind when the guy asked me that question. Well, he doesn't know how that man started his building his wealth. They don't know how people took off from their starting point, and then the young people see the success and they want to jump protocols. That is one of the challenges we have. When you are saying, hey, come, we have an opportunity here, come and key into this, you see someone that will tell you, okay, I'm coming, we are coming, and the person, he feels he has outsmarted you, he goes away. And then next minute you see him carrying phone or laptop looking for where to charge it and do one or two. You know, these are the challenges we have trying to get the young people into the right activism. You know, this is an orientation issue. It's a social orientation problem. Sometimes, because of the wrong belief systems we have, we channel our activism as young persons to the wrong direction, and by the time we realize the mistakes we've made, we've lost a tangible time in our lives. So the major challenge we have, in summary, is that we have a very bad social orientation in terms of economy and self-development. We want to jump protocols.
All right. Now, Ken, I don't know, these some of these challenges that he has pointed out. I know there's nothing that you can do in this life without challenges, but along the line, most times you surmount those challenges. And as youth leaders, I don't know what you guys are doing to ensure that these challenges are surmounted, and of course that these youths are brought into the limelight to see and to key into what the present administration is trying to do in the state concerning the youth.
For us as an association, Asatu Youth, like I said something earlier, that we are taking note of the slogans of each community.
Okay.
Another thing again we are doing now is that we are getting the names and contact of youth role model, community youth role model.
Okay.
And we intend to appreciate every role model in each community. It's going to be an annual event. 179 role models who will see as icons of hope.
Are there responsibilities to be given to them? You know, because, you know, sometimes some role models don't even know that they're role models. They could be called upon and given an award. Are there any, because I know that if you're a role model, you can impact on the youth. Are there any responsibility you guys are going to give them?
Look at the process of selecting the role model.
All right.
First is that the youth leader consult among the youth of your community and choose who is going to stand in for this year.
Okay.
That will appreciate as Community Youth Development Awardee. Now, when you do that, we also take this name to the community stakeholders. What are those community stakeholders? The PG, the woman leader. Let them give us their testimonials about that person you've chosen.
Okay.
Then give us the name of this person. We're going to reach out to the person to get the biography of that person and the activities of that person in community youth development that will make that person deserve that award. What are those things you've been doing to improve the community and the young people?
Okay.
We atomize them because we're going to verify. In America, they say, trust but verify. We will take this new information and verify them. After that, because we have different categories, we're going to, in each local government, like Oka South has 9 communities. By the time we get role models from the 9 communities under Oka South, we are going to also, apart from appreciating 9 of them who are role models, we are also going to take one who is going to be at the local government level. Number one at local government level.
And you think this is going to motivate the young ones?
Now look at the thing. You know, youth will have category. One, age category. We are going to have a compendium of the biographies of these people and send copies to schools. We are also going to have a soft copy of that, because today it's not only in hard copy. You send messages through soft copy so that young people can even download in our website and copy it.
Okay.
Read about the biographies of those people who are standing today as icons of hope for us. That, remember, those people are no longer young people. But young people, a lot of them will want to be like them tomorrow. Okay. For example, I will want to stand in for my own community when it's time for my own time. So why wouldn't I be spurred up to doing more and more? Do you see that? Now, in getting this, at least we can say, these are the people who are inspiring us. Inspiring us. Don't forget that this administration, in the 4th key pillar, they say it is governance and value system. It is not only when these people die that we celebrate them. No, they are living, we should celebrate them. And the example you ask, what role are we now giving them to play? Very important. If someone has emerged as a nominee or a candidate for the Community Youth Development Award, what it means that person earned it, and it is the activity of that person that earned him that, then we are coming up with programs that will enable us to identify young people in every community. Once you live in a community, we'll identify you. If we are leading truly, we must identify every young person in every community. That shows we are leading. So if you cannot identify every young person in the community, we have not done the job properly. So we are going to do that census. Know those who are living in these communities. And now ask these people who have been appreciated for their good works, and now tell them, see what we want to do. How can you support this also? Because your support for it is in your own community as well.
Okay. I pray for grace.
Do you get that?
Right, the grace will be available for you to achieve that. All right, I think our time is fast spent. We've taken 2 minutes out of the time. At this point, we'd like to thank you so much, Comrade Ken Okoli, President General, Asatu Youth. Thank you for your time and all you do for the young ones.
Thank you.
Thank you also, Comrade Barrister Tochukwu Agilega. Thank you for coming. You are the youth leader from Omawolo, Asatu Youth Mayor, Oka South. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Nonye Nwokoye. This is where we're signing off for now. Thank you so much for being here. Until next Monday.